Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rapid Subconscious Reprogramming. Thank you for being here. Today, I want to talk about cognitive dissonance. And I know it sounds a little bit weird, but you'll understand what it is in a second as I start explaining this. And this is an important concept to understand, not so much the words cognitive dissonance, but understanding what does that mean. What that actually means is that we have conflicting, in a way, ideas in our mind. So imagine that, I want to eat healthier and I find myself eating unhealthy. I want to, start doing exercise and I don't do exercising, right? I want to do this, but I ended up convincing myself not to do it. And that is, in a way, cognitive dissonance. Like there's this war inside of the mind, and how people fuel that war, and that is what doesn't allow us to do the things that we would like to do. Hey, Alex, thank you very much for stopping by. If you're watching on social media, if you want to share a hashtag live there, that would be awesome. If you're watching replay, hashtag replay. Yes, I also missed you, Alex. So nice to see you over here. We got to get in touch. We spoke some time ago, but we never got back to that conversation. So let's keep going. So what do I want to bring today with this cognitive dissonance that I see a lot as I work with people, right, around different areas? It could be health, it could be work, it could be whatever. Like, imagine that you know that you want to do something like asking for a raise, or, going to the gym, or starting your business, exposing yourself, getting out there, whatever it is that you're trying to do, and you find yourself not being able to do it. And in most cases, if you are very honest with yourself, you're going to find that a part of you convinced you not to do it. Like imagine that I say, oh, I'm overweight, I need to go to the gym. So suddenly a part of you says, oh, you know what, today is late, let's go rest, I'm tired for a long day of work, let's stay at home. So you start listening to this, again, other ideas in the mind, and they sound convincing. And we got to be very honest with ourselves to realize that those parts of us are actually getting us stuck. I talk to lots of people every week, every month. I've been talking with people, in the last 14 years as I started doing this inner work. And I realized that most people are not even aware of this cognitive dissonance that's going on in their mind. They say, hey, I want to go to a gym, but I don't know why I don't go. I want to do this, but I don't understand why I don't do it. Type a yes in the chat if you have found yourself wanting to do something, not being able to do it, and then wondering and not being able to understand why you didn't do it. Again, whether it is eating healthier, going to the gym, asking for a raise, change jobs, growing your business, whatever it is, something that you really want to do, but then suddenly you cannot explain why, but you end up not doing it. And that happens a lot. Thank you, Susan, for sharing there. This happens to most people that are not even aware of what's going on. They cannot even explain what's going on. So look at this. As I always say, I know you have heard this before, many of you, if you want to fix a car, if you want to fix something, unfortunately, if you don't understand how it works, it's going to be very difficult to fix. Yes? So if I don't understand how a car works, I'm not going to be able to fix a car. The same happens with the mind. If I don't understand what's truly going on in the mind and understand this crazy words that Tommy brought forward, maybe many of you haven't heard before, cognitive dissonance, don't worry about the words, but the concept is the most important thing, is these conflicting ideas. I want to do this, but then I don't do it. The idea is to, first of all, recognize that there is something there. If I want to do this and I'm not doing it, if I'm not even aware what's going on, it's because I'm not stopping to understand what's going on up here. So what I need to start allowing myself, allowing the different parts of me, is to come forward and share what's going on. Because look at this. What happens normally, I'm going to go one step further, right? I wanted to go to the gym because, I have some extra weight, right? So I'm going to go to the gym, but suddenly, I start, oh, it's a little bit late. Today I'm tired. I'm not going to go. Boom. And I step back. But the truth is, maybe, right, the part of me that is saying that I don't want to go, instead of really listening to the truth behind that part, I just stay with, oh, yeah, it's late. I'm tired. I shouldn't go. I need to understand why this part of me is doing something like that, right? It could be, look, I'm going to give you some examples. It could be that you feel shame because you're not going to the gym, and now you show up with a gym with the weight that you have, surrounded with people that are, all these muscly people, women and men, don't get me wrong, right? You're going to feel like crap. You're going to see all these skinny people in there. Are you going to feel like crap? I don't know what's going on in your head. I'm just giving you an example of what could be going in your head. So instead of recognizing and say, you know what, I'm truly shameful of my body, so I don't want to expose myself in the gym in front of others because I'm going to be in my t-shirt, I'm going to be in my tights, and it's not going to look nice, so I'd rather not go. Instead of saying that, the mind is going to look for excuses that you're not even aware of, again, either as saying, oh, it's a little bit late today, I should rest. Oh, my knee is hurting a little bit. Oh, I feel a bit weird today. Let's do it for tomorrow. And I start finding excuses that are going to cover the deeper excuse, right? And I'm not even aware of the surface level excuse. And a lot of people that might start becoming aware of the surface level excuse, they might not dig deeper into find the lower level excuses as I just presented today. Again, it could be, looking for a raise at work, right? Oh, I'm going to need to go talk to my boss to, have a raise. So the mind says, you know what, Tommy, let's do this. Let's first work over hours or do more work, whatever, show off to the boss, and then maybe in a month or two, in 6 months, we'll ask for a raise. Instead of really going deeper and say, wait, why is there a part of me that doesn't want to ask for a raise? What am I feeling right now as I, tend to ask for a raise? So a part of you might say, oh, I feel that I deserve this. Perfect. Okay. Is there a negative side to the story? Oh, and again, I have to be very honest with myself, and this is what most people have troubles with, is, okay, wait, yeah, I don't feel comfortable asking for a raise. Okay, why don't I feel comfortable asking for a raise? Because I'm scared that my boss might reject and say that I don't deserve this. So although there's a part of me that feels I deserve it, the part of me that is running the show is the one that is scared of being rejected, of having a boss saying that you cannot have a raise, right? Or some people that I've talked to think that they're going to get fired, right? A part of them, as they start getting honest, they say, Tommy, there's a part of me that just said, like, I'm scared of being fired. Whoa, I never thought about that. So they start bringing into their conscious mind what is going on subconsciously. So we got different levels. Again, we need to understand how the mind works, because if not, the mind is going to run the show to protect us. And again, look at this. It is less painful. Listen to this, please. It is less painful to have overweight. Yes, it is less painful for the mind to have overweight than to expose ourselves in the gym and feel others looking at us or saying things about us or whatever. It is more painful to go to the gym than to having a couple of pounds or 20 or 40 or whatever pounds over. Yes, it is more painful exposing ourselves than staying where we are. That's why we stay where we are. When suddenly a person, right, they find they have diabetes, they have, a stroke, they have a heart condition now, some, not all of them, some might start, the pain of dying, the pain of, not being able to have a regular life or whatever is now stronger. The pain, if we measure from 1 to 10, the pain of dying, the pain of, not being able to have a normal life is bigger than the pain of exposing themselves in the gym. So we go back to what I call the dance of fears. The dance of fears is, again, the fear of being exposed in the gym is stronger than the weight that I have on top of them. They're not the regular weight that I should have. So the fear of exposure is bigger than, wanting to go and lose my weight. So I stay at home and I don't go and get exposed in the gym. Yes, exactly, people. We need to understand how the mind works. So if we are trying to do something and we're not being able to do it and we procrastinate, we need to understand what is going on in the mind. Because if we understand how the mind works, it makes it easier to go deeper and to find the true story behind all of this. Because at the end of the day, look at this, and this is going to be strong. It's hard to listen. Sorry, strong, hard to listen, more than strong. I just did the literally translation from Spanish to English, right? It's going to sound hard to digest. Is you are judging yourself. And yeah, you can go to the gym, but at the end is your own judgment that hurts more than the judgment from the people in the gym. So you rather not go there, because if people start looking at you, you're going to start judging yourself. That is going to create a lot of pain, and you don't want to put yourself through that. So you rather stay at home. So first of all, you need to own all of this to be able to understand what is going on, to be able then to start working on making changes. Let me see what Alex is writing here. This works the same in trading as well. Being afraid of the asset to stop loss on you. Exactly. It is less painful to not taking a trade than to taking and stopping loss again. Exactly. Yes, Alex. But again, the mind is going to try to explain in a logical way. Oh, let's see how this trade goes without putting any money and see if it goes well, and then maybe we'll put money in. Look at the rational explanation, logical explanation that the mind is going to use to keep you stuck from putting money in, just in case things go wrong. And that is not the problem, that there is a loss in a trade. That is just the surface level problem. So once I own it and I realize, okay, there is a problem, I'm trying to convince myself not to do the trade. Now I got to go deeper into, okay, why am I protecting myself from doing a trade? What am I protecting myself from? Judgment, criticism, rejection, whatever. Seriously, I got to go deeper. Because the truth, there's a reason behind that. And I tell this many times, if I have fever and I just take a pill to lower the temperature, but I don't understand why I'm having a fever, maybe I'm having an infection, I need to treat the infection, not the fever. So most people are treating the symptoms. Fever would be the symptom. I need to stop treating the symptom. Stop pushing myself to do the trade. Stop pushing myself to ask for a raise to my boss. Stop pushing myself to go to the gym. Because actually, I'm going against my protective mechanisms, and that's going to require more energy. Have you ever done things in your life, kicking yourself in the butt to do them, and then you feel very exhausted, you feel very tired, you feel drained? Type a yes in the chat if this has happened in the past, where you have pushed yourself, maybe got what you wanted, maybe moved forward, but you felt drained. You felt a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, maybe, right? What happens a lot is that people kick themselves in the butt, but they're using a lot of energy because they're going up against a protective mechanism. It's like being tied by some, elastic bands in my back and try to do exercise. Yeah, it's good if I want to do that. But if I'm trying to run a race, I wouldn't like to be, stuck in my back with some, elastic bands against a wall so I don't move forward. Would I like that in the middle of a marathon, to be stuck stuck in the wall? No, I wouldn't want that. I would like to be able to get rid of the elastic bands that are holding me back and start running faster forward to move forward in the marathon. So there are things that are good in place when it is needed. But unfortunately, if I want to run a race tied up to a wall with an elastic band, I'm going to need to use more energy, if I can, to break free from that, or to be able to make that elastic band, longer and longer, stretch to be able to go forward. That takes a lot of energy, whether it is mind, up in the mind, or body, energy. And this is important to understand, because many times we're trying to run a marathon while we are anchored in the back. So instead of trying to push harder, that requires more energy, let's stop, understand what's going on, cut me loose, and then be able to move forward. And this is the idea with this word. There's so many gurus out there that are teaching how to push forward, how to push stronger. No, I'm not about that, guys. I'm the opposite to that. I'm the one that stops a second, tell you, hey, it's okay if you're struggling. It's okay if you feel anxiety. It's okay if you feel stress. You got valid reasons to feel that way. It's okay if you're having, whatever problem that you're having. It's okay. How to love and accept what's going on, to learn from it. Most people are missing the wisdom behind the negative things that happen to us, the challenges that happen to us. We need to understand that it's an opportunity for growth. But most people are missing that opportunity because they're kicking harder, they're pushing harder, they're repressing, they're creating a compartment to put that away and pretend it's not there. So we need to start understanding how the mind works. Here, we see, yes, I sometimes justify why I can't do something. Exactly. But Suzanne, this happens whether we are conscious or not conscious about it. I don't know the exact number, right? I'm going to just throw a number, but I believe that 80 to 90% of people out there are not even aware that they're trying to justify something that they should be doing, not to do it. And they convince themselves not to do it. That's why so many people are stuck in any area they look. If you look at, the amount of divorces there are, they find themselves excuses to move away from the pain that many are causing themselves. Don't get me wrong. If you're in a toxic relationship, don't get me wrong. Please walk away. I'm not saying you got to stay. But in many cases, and a lot of people that I talk to, they have walked away because the pain they were feeling was self-inflicted and they were projecting it to their partners. Yes, it was self-inflicted. Don't get me wrong. There are partners and partners. I'm not justifying people that may have covert narcissist traits. That is a total different story. I'm not covering that right now. But I've seen a lot of people stop loving somebody else because they're projecting things that they're doing to themselves. So they walk away from the pain. They justify to themselves, oh, I'm going to go find somebody else that loves me more. I'm going to find somebody else that takes care more of me. I'm going to find somebody else that really accept me and love me for who I am. Yes, they try to justify that and walk away when actually they are not loving themselves. They are not accepting themselves. And this happens a lot in the mind, people. And most are not even aware of it. That's why I wanted to bring this matter up. When there's conflicting things in the mind, instead of going to war or try to shut down that negative part, put yourself as a loving being listening to that other voice inside of you. So yes, we all hear voices in our mind. You're not crazy. We're not all crazy. I hate when people say, but Tommy, I hear voices, but that saying that is wrong. Why is it wrong? If you're saying, I'm going to do this and you don't do it, it's because you have another voice inside of you that is trying to trick you or convince you or justify not to do it. Because if there's one voice, listen to this, people. If there were one voice in the mind and I say, I'm going to go do this, should you do it or not do it? Type yes or no in the chat. Should you do or not do something that a voice in the mind, one voice, one intention, one mind says, hey, Tommy, go do this. What should I do? Go do it. I would go and do whatever I need to do. But unfortunately, we have these conflicts, as I was saying, this cognitive dissonance, that a part of me says, oh, I should stop smoking. And a part of me says, I shouldn't stop smoking. Why? Again, let me give you an example of people that I've worked with smoking. Smoking could have been something that brought them love and acceptance when they were kids, because it happened to me, and thank God I didn't do it. But I felt I was going to be more loved and accepted if I smoked. But as my parents smoked, and I struggled a lot with the smell of smoking, and I, in a way, back then didn't like my parents at all, I didn't want to do what they were doing. Yes. And I fought against it. It wasn't easy. Some people around me didn't like me because I didn't want to smoke. So a lot of people fall into those things of smoking, drinking, or whatever to get this social acceptance. Yes, social acceptance. So now if I start thinking I should stop drinking or smoking, the part of me that feels that has connected the neurons in the mind that smoking brings love and acceptance, because that was what happened in the past. Again, remember, the mind replays the past. So for the mind, smoking could be attached to love and acceptance. So if I try to force myself to stop smoking, the mind is going to fight back and it's going to say, no, don't stop smoking. And it's not going to bring the true valid reasons why it doesn't want to do that. It's going to say, oh, Tommy, let's start tomorrow. Let's not start today. Let's have one smoke today and stop tomorrow. And it's going to postpone it. Why? Because it is attached, smoking with love and acceptance. Who wants Who wants not to feel loved and accepted? Who doesn't want to feel loved and accepted? Yes, some people might say I, because they're so much in pain and they've been rejected that they don't want to open to that possibility. But deep down, everybody wants to be loved and accepted. So if love and accepted was drinking, love and accepting was eating, love and accepted was smoking, and look, love and acceptance through, eating maybe when you went to your grandmother's house, she would give you, and I have worked with a lot of people around this, right, would give you nice desserts or candy. Love equals candy. Love equals candy. So there's a lot of people out there that struggle to stop eating sugar because it is connected with this belief from their childhood where they thought that love was equal to candy, or love was equal to sugar, or love was equal to alcohol or smoking or food or whatever. If I don't dig deep into my mind to understand what are the associations I have made in there, I'm going to have this opposite ideas of I need to stop eating candy, I still eat it. And I find valid excuses not to stop, or smoking or drinking or whatever is that's going on. That's why we got to be very honest with ourselves. And it's not easy many times, right, to become really honest with ourselves and recognize, okay, I'm trying to justify with asking for a raise to wait for 6 months. Why am I using that? How do I feel about going to my boss and asking for a raise? Oh, it makes me feel uncomfortable. A lot of people don't want to recognize that. They're going to find other excuses, right? So when I'm from a loving, accepting place, that, okay, it's okay to have fear. What am I scared of? Oh, I'm scared of my boss saying that I won't get it. Okay, so I'm scared. Why? Because my boss might say no. And how would that make me feel about myself? Look at the third question. How do I feel? Why do I feel this? How does this make me feel about myself? It's going to make me feel a failure. It's going to make me feel not valued. It's going to make me feel not worthy. So as the mind is trying to protect you from feeling those things, is going to find very, 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 very valid excuses, justifications, if you want to put, not to do what you need to do. Type a 10 in the chat, please, people, if this is making sense. I'm trying to bring how the mind works in a very simplistic way so that it makes sense and it can help you start digging deeper. And I'm going to repeat it one more time. We need to be with an open heart, open mind, love and acceptance, because if we go there through judgment, unfortunately, the mind automatically is going to shut down. The mind is going to say like, no, don't go there. And it's not going to say like that openly, as I just said. It's going to say, you know what, Tommy, I don't think going there is the best thing you can do. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And it's going to justify, it's going to find excuses to do something else so that you don't face the pain. Because again, the mind is protecting you from the pain. So we need to own these behaviors, own the way that the mind is tricking us, justifying whatever, from a loving and accepting place. Because again, if I feel that smoking is love and acceptance, right, I need to love and accept that that part of me feels that smoking is love and acceptance. Because look, I'm going to add a little bit more. I've said this before. You're going to hear this over and over again because this is one of the most important things. A part of me didn't feel, maybe during childhood, love and accepted. So it lacked love and acceptance. So that part of me said, okay, Tommy, I feel like crap. I don't like this. How can we receive love and acceptance? Could be belonging, pleasing, manipulating people, controlling, could be smoking, eating, doing certain activities that others do to feel belonging, to feel loved and accepted. So the part of me that didn't feel loved and accepted is going to look for a behavior that eventually, maybe it will bring back to it what it's looking for. So what is it looking for? Type it in the chat again. Type it in the chat. What is this part of me looking for, as I said? Yes, love and acceptance. Yes, exactly. I keep repeating this over and over again. This part of me is looking for love and acceptance. So imagine this, people, if I judge that part of me that is looking for love and acceptance, if I judge it, it's going to hold on more to the behavior that I'm trying to get rid of. Yes, if I judge the part of me that is feeling a lack of love and acceptance, and I'm judging the behavior, and I'm judging that part of me is going to hold on more to the behavior, because as it's feeling more a lack of love and acceptance, it needs to maybe do more of what it was trying to do, smoking, drinking, eating, whatever, to feel love and accepted. This is the secret ingredient in the work that I do. I teach people how to love and accept what is. And this is exactly what I'm sharing here, just in case. I'm not selling anything, people. I'm selling you the concept, right, for you to start practicing it. I'm telling you how to work on it. You don't need to work with me. You can do it by yourself if you want to. So if a part of me doesn't feel love and accepted, and it started creating a behavior to feel love and accepted, what it needs from me is love and acceptance. Love and accept the part of me that is behaving this way to feel love and accepted. That is going to allow you to start changing that behavior. Does that make sense? I see more people coming in. Thank you very much. We got Gorgi, we got Posete, we have Alex, we got Mirkea, we got Robert, we got Suzanne. Thank you, everybody, for jumping in and listening to this. This is so important to start understanding, to start making changes. Most people out there are teaching you how to judge, criticize, reject, ignore the negatives in your life. But you need to understand that those negatives are there for a reason. If you don't deal with them, you are not giving yourself love and acceptance. Look at this again. If I feel negative and I judge the negative, or I feel judged and I judge the judge saying, you shouldn't be judging, I'm reinforcing that behavior. It's so much nonsense what so many people are teaching out there. And I keep proving to you people that it's nonsense. Affirmations, visualization, gratitude, to try to start feeling better when you're feeling down is not the path. Deal with the negatives. Understand how the mind works. And that is going to allow you to start making changes. Type a 10 in the chat again, people. If all of this is making sense, if you're enjoying this, that I'm talking about how the mind works, and how when we have these conflicting things, whenever I say I'm going to do this and I don't do it, like procrastination or even perfectionism, right? I need to do this project and I cannot, finish it because I'm always making it better and better and better. I'm doing that as a protective mechanism. I need to be honest with myself, own that I'm procrastinating, own that I'm falling into perfectionism, own that I'm falling into people pleasing, own that I'm not setting boundaries. I'm getting angry at people, or whatever, to try to protect myself. Because at the end, the mind is not the enemy. And said it over and over again. I might do another topic about this. The mind is not the enemy. Seriously, the idea I was watching a big guru out there saying that in a way, fear is the enemy. It's like saying the mind is the enemy, because where does fear come from? The mind. No, that is not true. Fear is just an emotion. It's like saying happiness is, the enemy. No, there's no enemies. They're just parts of you that are struggling that need your attention. This is so important to understand. One of my kids comes over and says, Dad, I'm scared. Instead of shutting down that, instead of teaching him to repress it, and we have become professionals in doing it, I need to ask him, okay, it's okay if you're scared. There's nothing wrong with being scared. I get scared sometimes. I tell him that. Why are you scared? So I opened a safe, loving, and accepting environment for my kid to feel safe, to share with me why he's feeling scared, instead of trying to shut him down and pretend that he's not feeling scared. Watch out, because a lot of people are consuming so much crap out there that is not helping them. So if you try different things and it doesn't seem it's working because you are not really understanding how the mind works, what associations it has done, and how to start separating those associations to create new, more healthy ways. So you can start going to the gym. You can start a diet and stick to the diet. You can, stop smoking, drinking, whatever it is. I've seen it in practice. It doesn't happen overnight. It is not something that, okay, I'm done and now I don't need to take care of myself anymore. No, it's an ongoing thing. I have seen people relapse, and it's okay. People relapse, in therapy, relapse in 12 steps, they relapse in many areas. Why wouldn't they relapse, doing mind work? It happens. It happens. But as you truly understand these concepts, you keep practicing, there are more chances that there might be some setbacks, there might be some relapses, but you're going to get closer to really being able to change behaviors at a deeper level. Behaviors were created for a reason. So they're not the enemy. Then your mind is not trying to screw you up. It's not trying to get in the way. It's doing things for a reason. When you're able to really, truly dig deep, it's going to allow you to start understanding and making changes. So again, thank you very much. I'm glad several people stopped there in social media. I got here the people on Zoom. We're going to stay here and do some one-on-one laser coaching. So again, thank you very much for watching. If you're liking this, send me some love. Share, people, if you can, please share with others this. I'm doing this out of love for everyone. I want to help people out there. I struggled for more than 30 years of my life, and I want to help people don't struggle as much as I did. So if you're enjoying this, please share it. Thank you, Mary. There you go. How are you? If you're enjoying this, if you're liking this, just share in your profile. Just click the share button and, put in different, places that you have your own profile and other groups. Please share so that more people understand how the mind works and they stop doing this crap about beating themselves up, judging themselves, rejecting, or staying at a surface level trying to make changes. So again, I appreciate you guys watching, sending love and acceptance to all of you. That's what we all need. I'm sending that to all of you. Whatever you're doing, it's okay. There's a reason behind it. Just dig deeper. And as you come from an open heart, open mind, the mind will normally open up and share what is really going on and will allow you to start making changes. So again, this is a pleasure sharing time with you people. Take care. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.